Hey guys, it's Maxine Baptiste from the Max.B group in Atlanta. I started this page a couple days ago when I was in Canada. I just had an aha moment that, you know what, I'm gonna start a page because I have so many people asking me questions, advice, and I figured I'm so shy. Please don't be leaving me comments like, why are you shy trying to do this YouTube
don't
thing?
be mean.
That's my baby girl. But just talking about like the business and wedding and just starting a business. I personally was in corporate America until 2012, and I had the opportunity to work with other venues. Now I'm from Canada, as you would know from my first video. And I had an opportunity to work with venues. Never went to school for weddings, venue management, zero. But I do believe that if you're good at something, you should pursue it and figure out what that niche is. And for me, even growing up, when we go to parties and hang out, you know, my girlfriends would say like, what are you wearing, or what we're gonna do, or what's the setting for the weekend. And I was always organizing. I mean, I was organizing party organizing, but I was still organizing, juggling, going to school, being a mom, and still getting business done. So I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I didn't know what. So I moved to Atlanta, my baby girl. I moved to Atlanta, came here on a girl trip, loved it, literally loved it. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be a famous singer, I'm a rap, I'm a songwriter. So I came to Atlanta on a trip, didn't really want to go home, but I sneaked out of the country. Yes, I'm from Toronto. So I sneaked out the country to come to Atlanta to have a good time with my girlfriends, and loved it. And I was like, man, I want to pursue my dreams. Everyone is so like doing things, you know. I just looked around and everybody just looked like a boss, and I was like, man, we ain't doing nothing in Canada. I want to be a boss babe in Atlanta. So I came this summer, I went home. I think it took me like 3 months, and I was out. I brought a girlfriend with me. That's another video because we ain't even cool anymore. But anyways, brought a girlfriend with me, moved down here, started pursuing my dream. I'm like, yeah, you know, them time bills just came out. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be famous, going to studios, this, that, blah, blah. Psh, job, please. Nothing worked out. And I was like, what am I going to do? So obviously I had to make money, because my mom was like, you better come back home. And my friends stopped talking to me because they wanted to come, and they were mad that I took the risk to follow my dreams at that time, to, you know, pursue like doing something even though it didn't work out. So I went back to school. Nope, not for me. Then ended up doing corporate America in banking, did that for a while. And then before that, I had an opportunity like to just do, like, I worked at downtown Botanical Garden, and I just had an opportunity just to be around events with a catering company. Shout out to Son of My Belly. Was a catering company that honestly, I applied for this job at this catering company at Botanical Garden, and within 2 months, I was like senior management. And from that experience, it was just like, oh my gosh, I found out what I'm going to do. I'm going to do like hospitality events. Like, I'm shy. I don't do well in a grand environment, like networking stuff, but I love talking to people, love making people smile, and love just doing the service, you know, and listening, and then creating a person's vision and then executing it. I was doing that like hardcore. So I honestly didn't start my wedding business yet. No. So I did like servers and bartenders. Servers only, still open to today. And we were doing cuckoo events like hotels, private homes. Servers only was kicking the market, man. It was good. And how I started my business? Free. Okay? It's free to get a tax ID number, free to get an EIN number. Was it free to get a business license? No, was it free to get a business license? There's my baby girl. It wasn't free. I mean, it was literally like $75, to be honest, because when I opened the bank account, it was free. Then the tax ID number, EIN number was free. I did a free website at the time. I did my logo for $5. $5 on, I did my logo for $5, and my girlfriend did my logo as a friend. So I basically, honestly, service only invested like $80 to start this business, and we did it. And then most expensive thing was paying for insurance. So service only, we were doing like big name hotels, like $1 million home parties, servers and bartenders. Then it evolved into, we were doing like temporary work, because it was like, oh, do you have like a temporary person to do secretarial or whatever? Do you guys provide temporary staffing? Yes. Do you guys, I need somebody in my home to help with a dinner party. Do you guys do that? Yes. I mean, whatever it was, I listened to this dude, Branson. He used to own British Airways, and my ex-boss at the catering company. And he would always say to me, Maxine, whatever you're doing, always say yes first and figure it out later. So I would say yes first and figure it out later. And I've been doing that even today. Like, just taking risks and just saying like, you know what, it has to work. Now, it is stressful. It's crazy. Now that I have a team, everyone thinks I'm cuckoo. But we say yes. Are you going to do this throughout the whole video? I'm trying to be serious. So we say yes now, and we say yes now, and then we say yes now and figure out it later. So started my business, we did service and bartenders first, and then we did that, evolved, and then while doing that, a friend asked me to do their wedding. I'm like, wedding? So I'm like, okay, YouTube wasn't even like, I mean, YouTube and everything was big, Google and all that stuff, but I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't an internet person. I was learn as you go. You know, so I just been blessed. You know, fast forward today, we own like venues, staffing companies, but I was just like learn as you go. So she was like, can you do my wedding? I'm getting married, blah, blah, blah. So I didn't know what to charge her. So I was like, yeah, sure. So she rented like an art gallery downtown, and we did our wedding. It was gangsta. And I was just like, hold up a second, I'm onto something. So we continued. I was still working at the bank. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this server, wedding, event / whatever. But shout out to the professionals. I'm not taking it away for those who went to school to get their certification for weddings and all that good stuff. I always hire the professionals, you know what I mean? Because I always consider myself the business behind the brand. So, you know, the ladies and the guys that work with me are the ones that are, you know, doing the planning and the certification. But I just knew I was onto something. It was like second nature. You know, I went to school for economics, but for school for marketing and branding, zero to do at wedding and events. So did that for a while, and it was good. And people were referring me, and then I have an opportunity now meeting people, doing events. Remember, I'm just going as you go, still working corporate America. So I said to God, you know what? I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I've always said I want to be an entrepreneur. I thought I was going to be a famous singer. I thought I was going to be a famous songwriter. And I was like so drawn, because I didn't want to be the person who gave up on their dreams. Because I'm like, okay, this is what I moved from Canada to do. And now I'm not doing it. So am I not believing in myself? I'm not believing in prayer. Like, you know, I come from a very Christian background. So I'm like, am I doubting myself? I mean, it was just like, I went through a part, especially when I got married, that I was actually depressed, because I was like, man, things were going on. And them times, I mean, this is like way back in the day. Coco Brothers, who now does Gospel Station, he did, it's like Diss It and Make It or something. And I did a song with this girl, this rapper girl, and it made it on the Make It side. It didn't get dissed. So, you know, you're like, shoot, we gonna be famous now. We gonna be famous. We gonna get a record deal. We gonna tour the country, and we gonna open for Destiny Child. And I'm like, they didn't whack my record. They hated my record. I forgot what they called it. Coco Brothers, Nay, or I forgot what to call it. But it won, and I was really like, yeah, this is good. Then I start doing like little shows. I didn't tell her to do that. She just, I didn't tell her to do that stuff.
I'm doing it on my own.
Maybe you need your own YouTube thing. I'm gonna be serious. Stop.
Okay, I'll stop.
Okay. She's not gonna stop. Then I was opening for like George Clinton, and those days V103, like you can submit to do your band, and I was doing like Sister to Sister back in those days had like small stages, so I was like opening on the small stage. But over there with like Erykah Badu and them, and I mean I was doing big things. I was in the studio with certain artists, and I was like, oh, I definitely made it now. Obviously, you don't know who I am. I'm doing weddings and events. But I say that to say that the determination and the skills that I learned, I kind of put it towards what naturally came to me. And what naturally came to me was doing events, which weddings and planning and, you know, creating and just like bringing people's visions to life. And I didn't have no idea that's what my day was going to be today. But piggyback to that, did the serving, did my girlfriend's wedding. It was thebomb.com, got the job at the botanical garden, worked with the catering company, did events, was around it. It was like so cool. And then, you know, that's why it's like when you want something, you know, I'm so big in law of attraction, but that's another video. But when you want something, you just got to really just go with the flow. I mean, I'm born and raised in Toronto, Canada, and I came here literally with a bag, and my girlfriend, shout out to Shaka, my girlfriend drove in her Honda Accord at the time, and we drove here, and I was like, shoot. We stayed at Buford Highway, you know what I mean, with another friend, another Canadian crew that we met. One was like a makeup artist, where she's doing big things now. The other girlfriend, she's like a graphic designer, big things now. So we just came with like, yeah, we gonna make it. I think I'm the only one that didn't make it to what I wanted to do. But anyways, but yeah, so as I was saying that, so now I'm doing the events, but then it's like, oh, I still need to get a job. So I worked at corporate America. Then the events just kind of fell off and nothing was happening. I was like, dang, like, you know, everyone's at home thinking I'm going to be this rock star and I'm working this job, which nothing wrong with job, you know what I mean? But I was like, okay, what's the next plan? So then, worked the job, whatever, and I'll never forget this day till the day that I go into another room. I'm at my desk working this job, and I'm like, you know what? Plan A, plan B. I have to, there's no plan B. That's it. I'm going to get back out there and I'm going to do me, you know? I'll never forget a colleague was walking by and I was writing my goals and I was like, there's no plan A, you know, there's no plan B, there's only plan A. And he looked over and I was writing these goals like, I'm going to buy a venue. I'm going to work for myself. I'm going to buy some gold bricks. I'm going to, you know, just writing these goals and stuff like that. And he leaned over on the side of my shoulder and said to me like, uh-oh, my battery's about to die. But anyways, said to me like, child, please, you can retire here with us while you're writing those goals. Can you imagine? That's going to be my next video. Haters. This gentleman leaned over my cubicle and said to me that you ain't going to make it. You're going to retire here like the rest of us. Huh? Let me tell you.